Hey everybody, I'm Dave the Trapper Guy, and I got a neighborhood I've been doing pig control on for about 5-6 years now, and the entire neighborhood backs up to a public preserve, and it's operated a little bit more like a private preserve. And basically what I mean by that is there's not a lot of cooperation between the two sides. So the preserve has a very poor fence that's put up between that pigs can easily get under. And quite frankly, if the neighborhood or the preserve put up a better fence or wall, there's just areas on that border where they're not going to be able to maintain it, even if both sides cooperated. It goes through cypress swamps, wetlands, and there's also another area where the pigs could do an end around on, even if they did put up a wall or a fence line. So they're in a tough spot. And really the only thing they can do is pig control. So I just got a call a few days ago, and basically the pigs came back in, and just a little bit of damage on the backyard, or a couple backyards on this one end of the neighborhood. So I'm gonna go out there and we're gonna take a look at it and show you guys what's going on. Now, when I first started out here, maybe 5-6 years ago, they brought in a box trap on their own. And, you know, they asked if any pigs got in there, you know, would I come get them? And I was like, yeah, of course. I generally don't use the box traps. And especially in a situation out here, I kind of knew what was going to happen. And sure enough, the first 2 days we had that thing set, we had deer in there and some small does, and I had to come out and let them out. They weren't hurt, but, you know, there's just no reason to keep setting up that trap there if we're just going to be catching deer every day. Now, this type trap right here is a corral trap, and I like using these more than the box traps. And the reason being is I can usually catch multiples in here, whereas those box traps are usually just a one and done. Another reason is non-target animals like deer can jump out of here, so I don't have to deal with those all the time. Now, obviously this trap right here hasn't been used that much. It's a little overgrown. I was using it a lot 5-6 years ago when there was a lot of pigs coming in here, but I have the population down so much now that when the hogs come out of the preserve, it's just going to be onesies, twosies. So instead of using this trap, and I do use this in another part of the neighborhood where the pigs are coming in a lot more, but instead of using this one on this end of the property, usually what I'm going to do is hunt them. Now, a lot of you hog hunters are out there saying, man, what's he hiring you for? Me and my Uncle Skinny will come out here and do this for nothing. Well, the difference between me and you and Uncle Skinny is they're paying me to get rid of the hogs. So they're really paying me to not hunt as much as I hunt. So what will happen is I'll get a couple of pigs in here and I'll harvest the ones that come in, and then that feeder behind me right there, that gets shut off and emptied. So the idea is not to attract in here. So I've gone 18 months in here without seeing any pigs, and that's ideally what I'm doing to service the customer. So I'm sure Uncle Skinny comes out here, he likes to hunt hogs, so he's gonna leave that thing year round, or maybe only 2 hogs are left. He sees a boar and a nice big fat sow. He may not get those ones because he's hoping they're gonna have babies so he can continue to hunt year round. Now for this hog hunt right here, I'm going to be using crossbow, and what I'm using right here is my trusty Barnett Raptor 2 and my ATN day-night scope. And the reason I'm going crossbow on this is A, it's right near some houses. You don't want any loud noises back there like rifle to get people upset. And of course I can use things like a large caliber air rifle. I can use subsonic suppressed rifle rounds. But that takes me to my other reason. It's kind of a PR reason. I do use those other things on a larger area of this same job, but this spot right here, I'm parking on the street, I'm walking in between houses, and if I can just avoid people who might have a problem with walking back there or hunting with a gun, even if they don't hear it, and I really have no reason to use it back there ballistically wise. My area of shooting back there is very narrow, like 30 yards is about the longest shot I can take. So there's no reason for me to get into that situation. So if I need to in the future for some reason where I see I have to, I'll bring it up to them. But it's better just to avoid those situations if you have to. So getting out here a couple hours before I've been seeing them on camera.
So off to my left over here is some deep water. And off to the right is cypress swamp in the neighborhood. So basically when they come out of that preserve, they funnel right through here. And they come along the edge of the water feature over here. So I'm not walking where they're gonna scent me right now. And I got my feeder set up right here. And this is all hog damage in here. A lot of it's older. And then I got a 30-yard stand set up right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get set up, get the camera set up, and we'll see how we do. Well, the pigs have been coming in fairly regularly about a half hour after the feeder goes off, and the feeder just went off, so we'll see how I do.
So ended up harvesting that boar, and I was hoping to have a couple of different angles on that for my video camera and for my scope, but he just came in that last time right at last light, so the video camera footage wasn't any good, and I actually had to turn my ATN scope from day to night vision. I was also having some wind issues that first time he came in. He wouldn't get settled down. I was looking for a good broadside or quartering away shot. I want to go behind the vitals behind the shoulder. I will take with my crossbow some shots at head shots or neck shots, but has to be ideal conditions. I had some swirling winds that first time he came in, and he ran off. I think he winded me. I was pretty still and silent, so he probably caught wind of me. He didn't really ever see me or notice I was there, so he came back in that last time. And when I finally took the shot that last time, I actually had a good headwind on me, and my arrow actually traveled up on me a little bit. So the decision to go for the bigger target and the vitals behind the shoulder turned out to be a good decision. So actually, there's another hog out there I got on camera. So hopefully that gal will be coming in. We'll do a video of that one. And now that the rainy season's here, hopefully I'll have a little bit more trapping. Not for my customers. Hopefully the hogs don't come in at all. But if they do come in, the trap's going to be ready for them, and we'll have a video of that also.